Hello everyone. So today we are coming to you with middle spine. This is an intermediate level, so let's get started. So we have a pad, a ink, it's just all practice ink, and also a facial tablet wipe to wipe, but in this case we are just going to do inkless practice, and then in the coming tutorials you'll see more with ink. This is the configuration of the blade that is going to be used, and now I'm going to show you how to insert the blade in the microblading pen. So you just want to twist off the top and just place the blade in there. Now there are several ways to place the blade. You can either place it angled or straight. I love the angled way, but that'll be up to you. All right, so here we go. So what I'm going to do right now, the next thing is I thought like it's best to start with an intermediate level and just see how this tutorial goes. And you can comment below and let me know if you want me to break this down and to do a little bit more of a simpler pattern. I will definitely do that in the coming days. So what I'm going to show you right now is, as you know, the microblading is a manual process. So we use the blade to insert ink into the skin, right? And these little cuts that I'm doing is hair strokes, right? So what I just showed you is not to angle it sideways, but to angle it 90 degree. So when you go into the skin, you're supposed to go 90 degrees straight in and not angling. If you angle it, the hair stroke will not heal well. Another thing also, another rule of thumb is never to crisscross hair strokes. You never want to do that. That's a no-no and it won't heal right. You can do in such a way where the top of the hair stroke or the pattern is touching. That's perfectly fine. That's where I'm giving you a thumbs up right there. But here we go. So I am starting with the front of the eyebrow. As you see, I'm going slow in a very controlled way. There's no rush, especially when you're first starting off. It's best to just take your time. Even the most experienced artists will tell you when it comes to microblading, it's best that you could take a course, you learn live in-person training. At least that's, in my opinion, that's a better training than doing online training, especially when it comes to microblading, because that requires you to know how to position your body, to know how to cut. So here I'm doing more of that S shape strokes. So we'll go more in detail in the coming videos, but that's what I'm doing. As you see out here, I'm doing the front of the eyebrow, slow and steady. This is a that's not speeded, it's not sped up or anything. It's just really in real time, and I just choose to do voiceover. It's just better that way. Okay, so now I'm doing the bottom. So every stroke that is going away from me and it's reaching all the way to the spine. So now again, let me for all my students who are watching this already know that left side we do it right side up, so which is all hair strokes are going away from us. Right there, what I showed you is to space the hair strokes evenly. Patterns look better when they are more uniform, and the outcome of the eyebrow always looks good when it's a uniform way of doing it and not just willy-nilly scratching. We definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so what we really try to focus on right here in all these tutorials, what I really want you to know is there's no any secret behind this. This is just the secret behind this is just practice, practice, practice. Every artist will tell you the same thing. All of us reach there in the positions that we are and run successful businesses because our work in the pad became 100% good before we end up doing it on the client. Okay, so here I'm finishing off the tail. Slow and steady, you guys, is the best way to go. Even on a client, I might even go a little bit more slower, because the first pass, you already know, if you've been to any of the live microblading courses, they will tell you the first pass, good stretching of the skin and everything, and that's how you do it, very, very slow, so that the next pass will be easy peasy, right? So now As you see, I'm pointing out all the little spaces in between the hair strokes, and I want to fill it in. So the way how to do that is when you find that little space, find the middle of that space and connect it to the hair stroke, right? So you don't want randomly, if the hair stroke is going curving, make sure it's curving with it, and just don't randomly put a straight one right there, right? All right, so the next thing what I'm going to do is transition. The transition is super important, and I know it was really a struggle for me years ago when I took my first course. And first, the course was not great. Secondly, I knew that I struggled right here. So the transition is pretty much transitioning from one area of the brow to another. That's what transition is, right? So now I finished the transition, and now I'm doing more of that curved S shape hair strokes that are flowing away from the top, right? So, and they are reaching the spine, but they don't crisscross, okay? So any of my strokes that I'm placing right here, you can definitely notice that there's no any crisscrossing. I go very close to the hair stroke, but never crisscrossing, because unfortunately it won't heal well when you crisscross hair strokes, okay? Now I also understand this is a little bit of an intermediate level, but I will be posting more of a breakdown on how to get here in the coming days. But I know some of my students who are very, very talented picked this up real quick. Unlike me, I didn't pick it up real quick. This came with practice for myself too, so that's a humble beginning brag out there. So here we go. So I'm just filling in all those tiny areas. If you want to fill it in, honestly, this is artist reference right here. It's just filling in all these little gaps. But this is it, you guys. This is just a intermediate level microblading for middle spine. So this is how we do the middle spine. Thank you for watching.